This conference will now be recorded.
Jagdish, are you able to see my screen? Hello, Jagdish.
Yes, sir, I'm able to see the screen.
Okay, yeah, fine. So in the last class, what did we discuss?
Work list, work basket, and something, a few things about harness.
Yeah, exactly. So mainly work list, work basket, how exactly we can route to the different people, right? So from the
Yes.
assignment level, yeah, we can either route it to the work list or work basket. So work list means what? Work basket means what?
So work list means it is individuals' work queue. Work basket means it is groups, people of group of people can pick work from that basket and start working on a certain work object or something.
Exactly. So work list means it belongs to one person. Okay. So if any task is assigned to the any operator, so if you want to work on those tasks, then he can go for the work list. From the work list, he can pick up the tasks and then he can process the work object. Okay, but whereas work basket means work basket in the earlier versions of the Pega, it is called work baskets. Now it is called work queue. Okay, work queue means it is a group of people will be part of this work basket can access, and all the tasks which are part of this work queue can pick up by any of the operator who are part of this. Okay, so then they can process it. So it is not particularly related to the one operator. So multiple operators will be part of that work queue. Okay, so how exactly it is assigned? Okay, how exactly it is assigned means operator. Okay, so as I said that, so we would be having many departments. Okay, like sales department would be there. Okay, and again finance department is there. Okay, marketing department would be there. So like that there are n number of the departments. Okay, so in each and every department many number of the people will be there, right? Okay, so now what we can do, so individually the task can be assigned to one operator in the sales group, and also we can assign to the group of all the people who are part of the sales group. Okay, so in that case what we will be having, so it will be having something called work list for individual operator and work basket for the group of people. Okay, so here if you take, this is like a sales department. Okay, this is like a finance department. Okay, under the sales department, so multiple people will be there. Operator 1. Okay, operator 2 or operator 3. Okay, here we will be having operator 4, operator 5, operator 6. So like that, these 3 people, here 3 people, here 3 people will be there. So in this department, so these 3 operators are called one group. So these 3 people one group, and here these 3 people one group. Okay, so now what we can say, together all these 3 people are called, okay, work group. Work group. Okay, so this is a sales department work group. This is a finance department work group. Okay, and so here for all these 3 people there is something called, okay, there is something called work basket or work queue. Okay, together for all these 3 people it will be having work basket. So here it contains all the tasks. Okay, it contains all the tasks. Okay, where all these 3 people can access it and process it. Getting Jagdish?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so mainly work group means collection of the group of people. Okay, work basket means where all these group of people can access the task. Okay, work list means particularly related to one operator, that is the work list. Okay, so now if you open this operator ID, yesterday also we have seen that. Okay, so here we have something called team. Okay, that means this administrator at ICICI Gen belongs to this team. What is the team name? Default at ICICI Gen. Okay, this is called work group. Okay, this is called work group. Okay, and under that, okay, work group, we have something called default work queue, that is default at ICICI Gen. So this is the work queue, also called work basket. Okay, this is called work queue, also called work basket. Understanding, right? So operator belongs to the team, that is the work group. This work group is having work queue. So why exactly we need this work queue? This is the place where all the tasks, means all the work objects, or okay, all the work objects which can be accessed by all the people will be there. So here administrator at ICICIGen.com, and even if you take something called yesterday we open manager at ICICIGen.com. Okay, so he is also part of the team. So which team? Default at ICICI Gen. Okay, so like this administrator and manager, both the people belongs to the same group. Okay, both the people belongs to the same group. Okay, and same group. Okay, this again referring to the same work group. Okay, so likewise it will be referring. Okay, and here in the work group we have referred work queue. Okay, in the work group we have referred work queue. Even if you open the work queue, even in the work queue also we are referring to the work group. Okay, so vice versa, this group belongs to this work basket. Okay, this work basket belongs to this group. So in both the places we will be referring that. Okay, so now these two people belongs to this default at ICICI Gen work group, and both can refer the, okay, both can refer the work basket, which is that default at ICICI Gen. Okay, so like this. Now what I want to do, so yesterday even after creating one of the work object, we have even routed to the different people. Okay, we have routed to the different people. Okay, so we have seen whether it is there in one of the work list or not. Okay, did we see whether this in the work queue also? So after creating, okay, did we see in the work queue also, Jagdish?
Sir?
So did we check that whether it is in any of the work queue or not?
No, sir. We just routed it to a particular another user for the work object.
The operator we have selected, and here we have selected, I think, manager at the
Manager, yeah.
Okay, so then let me show this another tool also. Just okay, we'll close it. So work queue. Okay, as I said, we can route it to the group of people. So work queue. Now, what is that work queue? We have shown you, right? Default at ICICI Gen. Default at ICICI. So instead of routing to the specific operator, now we are routing to the specific work basket. That is the work queue. So first assignment is referring to the current operator, and second assignment I have routed to the work queue. Okay. So second assignment I have routed to the work queue, right? Work queue default at ICICI Gen. Okay. So the first assignment I have referred current operator. So when you create the case, when you run the flow, When you are at the first assignment, it will be with you only. So previously it was not showing like this. Okay, it was showing that okay, assignment completed kind of the thing, it was routed. But this time, as it is with the current operator, okay, now after completion of the current operator, current assignment, instead of showing the second screen, see, so it is just showing that thank you for your input. Now 12001. So where it will be? It will be under the work queue. Okay, so we will be logging with a different operator in another browser. Okay, so in general, we will be seeing in the work list, right? Here in the my work, so it will show work list. Okay, in the dashboard, we are seeing the work list. Here it will be displays all the work objects which are belongs to this particular operator. Okay, but this time we have routed to the work queue. So this manager at ICICI Gen belongs to default at ICICI Gen. For this team, for this work group, he belongs. Okay, so where we can see this work queue. Okay, so here we can see all the work queues. You see default team for ICICI Gen. So that is that. Now open this work queue and see whether this particular work object is available or not. So what is this particular work object ID we created? CD-12001. See, in the Internet Explorer at the manager portal CD-12001. Okay, so it has come to the work queue. So we can see under the work queue. So right side of the portal. Okay, so we'll be having something called work queues. Under the work queues, all the work queues will be displayed. So here we routed to the default team. So default at ICICI Gen. So that if you click on that, now you can see all of them. So case stages for ICICI Gen insurance case layer. So default team for ICICI Gen. Okay, now here you can open this particular case and again you can further process the case. See like this. Okay, so likewise you can route the case to the different people. Okay, otherwise you can route the case to the work queues. So this is one of the thing I think. So regarding the work queue and work group and work basket. Okay. So now today we will be working on some of the other tasks like SLAs. Okay, we will be working on something like SLAs. Sorry, one more thing. So yesterday we also discussed about this availability of this particular operator. So operator is available to receive work. Okay, so he is available. Okay, but he is unavailable from this task. Yesterday we also discussed from which date to which date he is not available. Right? So, and even when this person is unavailable, Okay, substitute operator R. That means if this operator goes on leave, if this manager goes on leave, so as I said, if the employee applies for the leave, so it will go for the manager approval. So if the manager goes on leave, either it can go for his manager, otherwise you can also specify here substitute operator to whom you wanted to route it. So default to assignee. Okay, like user one at ICICI Gen, something like that. Okay, any other operator name you can specify, to that person it will go. Okay, otherwise here we can apply some decision tree also to find the substitute. Okay, so sample substitute finder. So here this is the PRPC default one. Okay, so that you can select. Okay, otherwise, so you can just directly give this operator ID. So if this person goes only, it will go to this person for the approval. Okay, Jagdish. So this is when unavailable.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
This is a calendar rule, I guess.
Which one? Operator
Calendar,
ID,
calendar. No, the operator unavailable from to.
this one is the calendar. Yeah, control, exactly. So under the calendar control.
Real time, when we work on projects in real time, do we need to mention this? I mean, do we need to update this while working on a project if we go on any leave?
Okay, not like that. So this is not like for developers. This is for the end users. Okay, end users means like under the ICICI Bank, if you take, okay, so the employees of the ICICI for them. So for us, it is not mandatory. So if you specify also, it doesn't matter. Okay, why?
Okay.
Because here you are not routing any task to you, right? Okay, you are not assigning the task based on this Pega portal. So this is like
Yeah.
just the you are doing. So for you, it is not required. Okay. Yeah, the next one, the other one I thought of telling is SLAs. So what is SLA? Service level agreement. So this will be part of the under the process category. Okay, so here if you want to create any SLA, then go to the process and then press the right mouse button, create, and then here you can have service level agreement. Okay, so creation of the SLA will be same as like other rules itself. Okay, so this is a service level agreement rule which it will display by default. Okay, so under this, so there are various things are there. So what is the purpose of this SLA first of all? Okay, service level agreement. That means whenever you create the work object, okay, so you are going to specify that within this time it has to be responded by the user. Okay, it has to be worked by the user. Okay, for example, again if we take leave request, so I want to go on leave. Okay, I want to go on leave on 3rd June. Okay, today is 27th, so I want to go on leave by 3rd June. So I need the approval by 3rd June. Okay, I need the approval by 3rd June. So exactly 1 week we have time. So within that time, the user has to be responded. Okay, the user has to be responded within that time. Okay, so that means how when I apply for the leave, how the manager will be knowing that? So he apply for the leave, whether I need to approve or reject, so that you can send out an email, otherwise SMS kind of the thing. So various ways you can inform to the user. Okay, also it will be going to that particular manager work list, that is also will be there. So the user, so the manager, whenever he logs into the portal, so he can see his my work. Okay, so his work list he can see. So and also, okay, so he will be getting the email even after approving the email. So the person who applied for the leave for his for him also will be getting the mail saying that your mail, okay, your leave request has been approved. Okay, when you apply for the leave, so it will send out a mail to the manager saying that, okay, so Jagadish has applied for the leave. Okay, and after that, so if the manager does not, if the manager does not approve immediately, so it is going to be sending some reminder emails also. Okay, it will be sending some reminder emails also. Okay, once after manager applied for the leave, so the actual user who applied for the leave, for him, so it will be send out a email notification saying that your leave request has been approved. And not only the approval, even if the leave request is rejected, so he will be getting the email saying that your leave request has been rejected. So like that, okay, you can do all these things. You can specify the goal, deadline, okay, all these things. Okay, you can specify some time to the user so to respond or else to work on that particular work object. So all these things can be possible through this SLA event. Okay, all these things can be possible through this SLA event. Okay, so under this SLA, so the very first one, mainly three events will be there: goal, okay, and deadline, and past deadline. Okay, like that, mainly three events are there for the SLA. Three events are there: goal, deadline, and past deadline. Okay, what do you mean by goal? What do you mean by deadline? What do you mean by past deadline? Means whenever you apply for the leave, so from that time, if you want to calculate the goal time, you can assign within how many number of the days the user has to be responded. Okay, here in case out of 7 days, what I want to do here, goal I will be giving 3 days. Okay, goal I will be giving 3 days. That means, so if you apply for the leave on 27th, now around at 7:23 a.m. if you apply, okay, within 3 days he has to be, okay, approved. So that is, he has to be responded. Okay, either approved or rejected, but he has to be responded within 3 days. The manager has to be work on that particular leave request work object within 3 days. Okay, so when it will be coming 3 days means from 27, 28, 7:23 a.m., 29, 7:23 a.m., 30, 7:23 a.m. So likewise 1, 2, 3. So 3 days it will be happening. So that is the goal time. How many? And here not only the days, even if you want, you can give hours also, minutes also, seconds also, by which the user has to be responded. And sometimes if you want to give only hours also, you can give. So here you can put 0 in the days, and here you can give 1 hour. Okay, so total he has to be responded within 1 hour. So likewise you can specify days, hours, minutes, or seconds. And here if you see that time interval starts when the associated assignment is created. Okay, so when the association assignment is created, so that means the time interval will be starts whenever that particular assignment has been created. Okay, whenever that particular assignment has been created. Okay, only calculate using business days. In case if you want to calculate only business days, so here I have given 3 days, but under that business days only I want to take. So what do you mean by business days?
Monday to, I mean, what are the working days?
Exactly, whatever the working days, business days means the bank working days. Okay, so it will not consider Saturday, Sunday, and it will not consider any banking other holidays like festivals also. Okay, so all those things will not be considered, only the business days. So here if the user applies for leave on 27th, so for 28th 1 day, and it will not consider 29, 30. Why? Because they are the Saturday, Sunday. So for 31st, okay, second day, and then for the first 7 a.m., okay, it will be the third day completed. So likewise, if you want to consider only business days, you can say only calculate using business days. Okay, so like that it will be there. And even if you select this one, it will not consider the hours of the non-working hours. Okay, it will not cover the non-working hours. So for example, the bank timing is 9 to 5 p.m. Okay, so after 5 p.m. if you apply for the leave, then that hours will not be considered. Okay, those hours will not be considered. Okay, 5 p.m. to before 9 a.m. it will not be considered. Only the business hours only it will be considered. Okay, so likewise you can select how many number of the days you want. Okay, and then which one, we have something called deadline. So deadline cannot be less than the goal days. Okay, the deadline time cannot be less than the goal days. Okay, so it should be definitely greater than the value which you have given under the goal. So time interval starts when the associated assignment is created. You see, this is also considered from the time when the assignment is created. Okay, that is the work item created. Same thing here also. Okay, that means, for example, now if you take the time is 7:30 a.m. or else just take round figure 7 a.m. Okay, at 7 a.m. assignment created. Okay, now the goal I have given 1 hour and the deadline I have given 2 hours. Okay, so then what will be happening? Goal time will be what time?
8
8
a.m.
a.m. Yeah, deadline will be
9 a.m.
9 a.m. Okay, why? Because this is also calculating from the time when the assignment created. Okay, it is not like after the goal completed, this has to be taken. So both will be considered from the same time whenever the assignment has been created. But you have something called past deadline. Okay, so limit past deadline given to this is also I am giving, for example, 1 hour. Okay, so the interval starts when the deadline is reached. See, the interval starts from the deadline is reached. So here if you give 1 hour again, now past deadline will be what? 8 a.m. or something
10
else.
a.m.
Exactly, it will be 10 a.m. Exactly. Okay, why? Because deadline completed at 9 a.m. So from that time onwards, past deadline will be started. Okay, so here if you give 1 hour, so it will take from there 9 a.m. So total 10 a.m. it will take. Okay, if you give 2 hours, then from 9 a.m. 10, 11 hours. Okay, so likewise. Now it's okay. Now it is calculating. But what next? Okay, the goal is giving 1 hour. Okay, deadline we have given total 2 hours. Past deadline we have given 1 hour. So when it reaches goal, what should happen? So what it has to be happen that you can specify under the actions. Okay, so when the goal is reached, so what you want to perform that you can perform under the action. Okay, so here if you want you can add multiple actions also. Okay, so likewise you can add multiple actions also. Okay, but under the each and every action, what exactly you can do? So if you click on this select action, perform action. So what is the action? You see here. Okay, so here you can apply the data transform. Okay, or you can run the activity. So in that data transform or else in the activity, you can perform some functionality. Okay, either if you want to assign some values. Okay, otherwise if you want to, okay, so perform some database functionality. So likewise if you want to perform, then you can go for the apply data transform and run that activity. Along that you have something called call flow. Okay, so from this current flow, if you want to call any other flow, you can call it. Okay, so it will be calling the another flow. So here you can give the flow name. Okay, which flow you want to execute from this current flow. And even for this, if you want, you can apply the when rule also. That means if this condition satisfies, then only call this flow. Okay, otherwise don't call the flow. Okay, so likewise from the current flow, you can call the another flow. And we have something called advanced flow. So what do you mean by advanced flow? For example, right now we have the customer details flow. Okay, so where exactly we can give this SLA means we can assign the SLA at the assignment shape. Okay, so double click on this. Okay, so we have seen this routing to whom you want to route, so that we are specifying at the assignment only. Okay, and just below that you have something called service level agreement. So here we will be giving the SLA. Okay, here we will be giving the SLA. So if you create any SLA, that will be displayed here, and if you, otherwise it will display the default Pega PRPC SLA. So these all are the Pega PRPC default SLAs. So if you want, you can use any of these SLA. Okay, now so at the assignment only we are either giving who has to be work on this particular assignment, that is through routing SLA. So SLA means so within which time the user has to be responded, and along with that we also give that the harness which has to be user worked. Okay, so custom and perform. Okay, harness name. Otherwise by default it will take the perform harness only if you use the use case type policy. So harness we are specifying, and along the harness we also specified local actions. Okay, in case if you want to assign any local actions also we can specify. Okay, so we will be discussing the tickets and notifications later, but right now so we are working on the SLAs. So the SLA can be assigned at the assignment level. Okay, so at the first assignment I have given the SLA. Okay, that means the user has to be responded within 1 hour. Okay, if he is not responding within 1 hour, then what we can do, we can move the flow. Okay, we can move to the next assignments in the flow, that is called advanced flow. Okay, we are advancing the flow to the next level, so that means you can move to the second assignment. So this flow action name you can give over there. Okay, here you can give the flow action name which is having here. So what is this flow action name which we have referring to here? So insurance details. So without performing these customer details, okay, we can move to the insurance details. So that is called advanced flow. Okay, so that is called advanced flow. Here in the flow action, you see here insurance details. This you can select over there. Okay, so this you can select insurance details. So advanced flow means in the current flow, okay, where exactly you want to go, to which assignment you want to go, that you can specify here. Okay, next what else we have? We have something called notify assignee, notify manager, notify party. Okay, so notify assignee, notify manager, and notify party. So that means if you want, you can notify to the different people. Okay, so notify manager, you see. So then immediately it will be notified to the manager of that particular user. Okay, so in case whenever you create this customer details flow, so it is at the assignment one. So the assignment one means referring to the current operator. Current operator means what? Okay, current operator is administrator at icici.com. Okay, now if he doesn't respond within 1 hour, then what it will do, it will be notifying to the manager. So who is the manager for the administrator at icici.com? How can we know that?
From the work groups rule.
No.
From the operator ID, we can go over there.
Yeah. So here it is having reports too. So he is the manager. Yeah. Okay. So here if you give like this, okay, notify manager. Okay. So it will go to the operator ID and it will check who is the manager. Okay. So for that manager, it will be routes to that. Okay. It is going to be notifying, like it is going to like sending some email kind of the thing. Okay. Now same thing like notify party means, okay, so specifically we can specify one party name. Okay, so here party role or something like that. Okay, for that particular operator it will be routes, and notify assignee also same kind of the thing. Like, so if you want, you can assign it to the specific assignee. Okay, now along with that we have something called transfer. So what is this transfer? Transfer means we are transferring this work to the another operator. Okay, previously here it was just notifying them. Okay, so this guy did not reply to that. This guy did not approve or reject. So like that, it is just sending the email. It is just notifying to them. But whereas if you select transfer, this work will be completely transferred to the another operator. Okay, this will be completely transferred to the another operator. And even here you have again work list or work queue. If you want to route it to the specific person, you can select work list. Otherwise, if you want to route it to the group of people, then you can select work queue. So then here whichever you give, that will be routing to that particular either work list, otherwise work queue. Okay, work list, otherwise work basket. So as I said, work basket and work queue both are same. So here if you give that work queue and again queue name is if you specify, it will be going to that particular work basket. Otherwise, if you specify simply work list, so and here if you specify that operator work list name, then it will be going to that particular operators work list. Okay, so likewise you can do that, and these actions are common for all of them. For goal also same thing. Okay, for deadline also same thing, actions will be same. Okay, same actions only will be there. Okay, and for past deadline also same. Okay, past deadline also it is same thing. Okay, now like this it will be there, and after this now what will be having, we have something called amount to increase urgency. Okay, amount to increase urgency. So what is this urgency? In general, it is not responding. Just to highlight it, it's not even logging. Okay, once let's create something and see. So, we will be creating one SLA and let you know. Okay, urgency. Okay, urgency means, so for each and every assignment, okay, for each and every work, whenever it has been created, so we will be specifying some urgency. Okay, so that urgency, initial urgency, how much that you can specify here. Okay, under the initial urgency, you can specify, okay, 10. So whenever it has been, it has created a work object, the initial urgency will be just 10. Okay, next, amount to increase urgency. So after the goal completed, how much urgency you wanted to increase? Like I would like to increase 30. Okay, it will be 30. Okay, and after the goal, deadline also how much it has to be increased. This is 30. So now total urgency how much it has become? So initially the urgency I have given 10. When the goal reached, I have added 30. So 10 plus 30, 40. Okay, and then after 40, now you have something called again 30, totally 70 it will become. Now the past deadline here also I'll be giving 30. So 70 plus 30, 100. So likewise, you can give the urgency. So this urgency can be maximum of 100. That's it. Okay, it cannot be more than 100. So here if you want, you can give 50 also. Okay, but even if you give 50 also, what happens? Already initially it has assigned 10 and later it has become 30 plus 10, 40, and then 40 plus 30, 70. Okay, 70 plus 50, how much it will become? 100 only it will become. Okay, we cannot give more than 100. The urgency cannot be more than 100. Okay, Jagdish?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now the thing is, if you want, you can give 10 only. Okay, here the past deadline I have given 10. So now total how much it will be? Initially 10. Okay, when the goal reached 30, so 40, 40 plus 30, 70, 70 plus 10, 80. Okay, so first time when the past deadline reached, it will be 80. Okay, but this past deadline, even if you want, you can repeat multiple times. Okay, that means, okay, here I am giving that notify manager. Okay, I'm giving that notify manager. So how many times you want to notify to the manager, that you can specify here. Limit past deadline events to 3. Okay, that means if this past deadline event also completed, still if we not responded within 1 hour, then it will again notify. Okay, so if it is not responded 1 hour, so again it will notify. Okay, so likewise total it will be repeat this particular past deadline event 3 times. Okay, so for example, again if you take our example, so 7 a.m. so goal 1 hour, so that means at 8 a.m. it will run the action. Okay, now at 9 a.m. it will run the action for the deadline. Now at 10 a.m. it will run the action for past deadline. Okay, so if he doesn't respond within 10 a.m., what it will be happening again? Past deadline. Okay, at 11 a.m. also, and again past deadline at 12 a.m. also. Likewise, total how many times it will be repeating? The number how many times you wanted to repeat here? 3 times. So total the past deadline will be runs 3 times. Okay, this past deadline will be running 3 times. So goal once, okay, goal once, and then deadline once. Okay, deadline once, but the past deadline you can perform as many times you want by specifying that number here. Okay, now what is the urgency? So initially the urgency at 7 a.m. when it has created, it is 10. Okay, around at 8 a.m. what will be the urgency? 10 plus 30, 40. Okay, deadline 9 a.m. 40 plus 30, 70. Okay, but for the past deadline, how much we have given? Urgency
10.
10. Okay, so past deadline 10 means 70 plus 10, 80. Okay, 80 plus 10, 90. 90 plus 10, 100. That's it. Okay, but in case here instead of giving 3 times, if you give 5 times to be repeated, okay, this has to be repeated 5 times. Then what will be happening? Past the deadline, okay, at 1 p.m. Okay, so it will be notified to the manager again. And what will be the urgency?
100. 100.
100 only. Because already it is reached 100. Okay, and past the deadline at 2 p.m. Okay, so again it will notify the manager, but with the urgency 100 only. Okay, with the urgency 100 only. So likewise we can do this. Now let's start the hours. Okay, I'll be specifying seconds, 3 seconds. Okay, I'll be specifying 30 seconds, and later, okay, I'll be transferring. Okay, transfer to the work list. To whom? For example, I would like manager at, let's say Jen. So what is this operator ID? For this manager at icicigen.com. Okay, manager at icicigen.com. Okay, in this the final option which we wanted to perform is assignment ready. Okay, so when this assignment ready for performing, so assignment ready immediately or dynamically defined on the property or time delay. That means I have created this work object now, but the timing calculation, this SLA calculation, I want to perform after 1 day. Okay, after 1 day. Okay, so just for our example, we will take hours. Okay, 1 hour. After 1 hour, I want to start the calculation. Okay, I am delaying the calculation of this. Okay, I am delaying the calculation of this. So now how exactly it will be performing this? At 7 a.m. okay, assignment created. Okay, but in general goal has taken at 8 a.m. but now what will be happening? We are giving that, okay, 1 hour has to be delayed. So it will start calculation from 8 a.m. even though the work object is at 7 a.m. so it will be calculates from 8 a.m. and then goal will be 9 a.m. okay, deadline will be 10 a.m. okay, and again subsequently, okay, this one 11 to 1 13, sorry, 11 to 1 1 2 3 like that. Okay, so that is the assignment to ready. Okay, we will be giving after how much time. Otherwise if you want you can specify immediately. Immediately means first one which we explain like this. So right away whenever the work object has created from that time. Okay, otherwise we have something called dynamically defined on the property. So here we can select some property. Okay, here we can select some property. So this property will be containing the date and time from when it has to be calculated. For example, if the work object is created today, okay, May 27th. Now if you want to consider from May 28th, that you can specify in one of the property, one of the date property. Here we can select, so in the can specify it. Okay, so and from that time it will be calculates. Okay, from that time it will be considered. Okay, so from the work object update time, if you want to consider from the work object create time, so likewise various date time. So before reaching to this particular assignment, you have to assign this property value. Okay, you have to assign this property value. Okay, now let's see the example with immediately. Okay, with the 30 seconds kind of the thing like that. Okay, now we have created customer details SLA. Now go to the flow. Under the flow, okay, here go to the assignment properties. Okay, under the assignment properties, select this service level agreement. Customer details which we have created, it is displayed. Now submit it. Okay, save it, and then actions run. Okay, it is giving 9 hours from now. One two double 002 it has created. Okay, after 30 seconds, so if you go to the clipboard also, PH, like loading. Mm. It's almost, I think, 30 seconds over, right? Question PX urgency on property will be there. Let's try from the I. Here we can open any property, any case. Here we don't have Jagdish, it's not loading Jagdish, but actually in the PY work page, you will be having that PX urgency. PX urgency work exact property is PX urgency work.
Okay.
Okay, so that will be referring to this particular urgency of this case. Okay, so when the urgency is completed, so it will be routed into that particular operator.
Okay.
So this time 30 seconds it's considering about a minute from now. Previously I did not save that rule. Okay, after changing it to 30 seconds. Now it is giving about a minute from now. Okay, just within a minute itself it will be performed. But actually I want to show that urgency in the clipboard. What happens to this sometimes? So, Yeah. So the goal was 2 minutes ago. Okay, so it's already goal completed. Now the deadline is 1 hour 57 minutes from now. Okay. So why? Because it is, we have given 2 hours for the deadline. Okay, 2 hours for the deadline. Okay. So if we can see this clipboard, then we can see the urgency clearly. Everything will be updated over. It looks like it is still sleeping today, this clipboard. Okay, yeah, fine, Jagdish. So this is what all about yesterday. So you understood, right? Mainly
Okay.
at the agenda.
Yes.
Yeah, one more thing. Yeah, one important thing I would like to tell you. So this assignment SLA, not only at the assignment, okay, not only at the assignment, we can also specify under the flow level also. Not only at the assignment level, even at the flow level also, we can specify it. Okay, so if you specify at the flow level, the total work has to be completed within the goal or deadline or past deadline. Okay, if you apply at the assignment level, what will be happening? So only that particular task has to be completed within that particular time. Okay, within that particular time. So assignment means only task level. Okay, so whereas in the flow if you give, so that will be applicable for the entire flow.
Okay.
See here, under the process tab, we will be having service level agreement. Okay, so this is the flow level. In the flow, in the process tab, okay, service level agreement will be there. So if you give the SLA here, this SLA will be applicable for all the assignments. So total work object processing has to be completed. Okay, 2 assignments, if it is having all the 2 assignments, has to be completed. 10 assignments, if it is having all the 10 assignments, total work object has to be resolved within that particular SLA time. Okay, but whereas at the assignment level, if you give, okay, so that particular task has to be completed within that particular time. So even when you assign SLA, it will be displaying this timer symbol that indicates this is having the SLA kind of the thing. Okay, so this assignment is having the SLA. So this is not having the SLA. That one. Okay. Yeah,
If
Jagdish.
that should be the overall work objects SLA should be greater than whatever the assignment level, right, sir?
Yeah, that should be like that. Okay, but even both will be working independently. Okay, both will be working independently. So
Uh,
this notification will go by itself, and that notification will go by itself. Two separate.
but if we give 1 hour as the overall SLA for the work object and extend, I mean, for the past deadline or goal, if it is more than 1 hour, 2 or 3 hours, so that is not an ideal way to perform, right? It should be less than 1 hour only.
Yes, correct. Okay, why? Because okay, so the work object is completely goal and deadline passed, and it is going to be sending the notifications. But whereas this assignment is having more than 1 hour, so
Yeah.
it will not be knowing. Okay, so
Okay.
what you said is correct. So always assignment SLA should be less than the flow level SLA.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's all, Jagdish. Yeah. Tomorrow we will be seeing something called rule resolution one thing, and after that we will be going for the email notification.
Okay.
Yeah. See you.
Okay, sir. Bye.